All right, Meghan Markle's brand, as ever, is the next freight train coming through the station with no brakes. And I think it's already showing all the signs that it's in trouble. I'm going to tell you why. I just wanted to hijack the front end of this video and say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Last week I had 3 subscribers and I was so excited because I just had 100 views on my channel, and I uploaded the latest video and just kind of threw it into the YouTube black hole, and for some reason YouTube just blew that video up, which was absolutely overwhelming, and I had to take a minute to kind of put my soul back in my body. But I want to tell you guys, you have left the most amazing comments. I want to answer as many of them as I can. And if I don't get to yours, I want to take this moment to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm going to try to keep bringing you these videos. My brain does not stop with this stuff, and it's been so fun to share with you guys. So that's it. Let's get into the video. Hello and welcome. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys are all having a really wonderful day. Today, we're gonna be taking a look at what's coming our way because Meghan's As Ever brand says that its products are set to launch in the spring of 2025. And here we are. So we're gonna take a little journey today, starting with the alleged origin story of As Ever. And then we're gonna take a look at her brand line. And then I'm gonna tell you why this brand is on life support already. They might need to get out those paddles. Let's go back in time to a year that lives in infamy. It's probably a year that none of us want to remember. And let's put ourselves smack dab in the middle of the pandemic. It's 2020. All the restaurants are closed. And somewhere high above the hills of Los Angeles, amidst the orchards and the lush gardens, a man named Richard Christensen has just learned that a farmer in his community is at risk of losing her livelihood. And Richard, he's already seen this happen in his own family. So he hears this and he says, "Not today, pandemic. Not on my watch." And in that moment, he didn't know it yet, but in that moment, his next company, Flamingo Estate, was born. So he started selling this farmer's produce to people in his own community. And when that was really successful, he figured, what else can I do with this? With the help of some investors, he began a company that now brings largely organic farm-to-table products to what has also now become a bit of a cult following. And he does this by working with this large collective of local farms. They all support each other and they grow all of these product ingredients. But back then, as Flamingo Estate grew, Richard thought, how do I bring something new to this ancient practice of being one with the land? What can I offer the people? And he started making interesting products like tomato-scented candles, olive tree-scented air freshener for your car. But he wanted more. He had these beehives. And as he watched the bees do their work one day, he thought, what is better than bees making honey? And the answer came to him. Celebrity bees making honey, which was really clever, by the way. And as all of this grew, he created a need that people had to have these products in their homes, to display them for their friends to see, which led to 6.5-ounce jars of fruit snacks being snatched up in moments for $80, and celebrity honey going for $250 a jar. Well, according to the publication Puck Online, by 2022, Meghan Markle had caught wind of this magic in the air, and she wanted in. The author claims that Meghan went to the estate and pitched herself as an active partner among these flamingos. And they said, no. They wanted to go in a different direction. And by the time they figured out that they were headed in a completely opposite direction from Meghan Markle, Meghan had allegedly already seen the inner workings of their business model. And the article says that Meghan was now, quote, all but trying to recreate Flamingo Estate herself. So, Meghan goes on to create American Riviera Orchard, which gets trademark denied. And then she announces its reincarnation As Ever on Instagram. And she says that American Riviera Orchard was holding her back, essentially. She didn't want to be stuck only sourcing things from her local area, which I think was a dig at Flamingo Estate. As Ever was going to be bigger, which leads us to today. So I wanted to dig into this, into both Flamingo Estate and As Ever, and see if I could see any connections between the two of them. Could Meghan, like this article said, be trying to recreate a version of Flamingo Estate? And this is what I found. The article said that Meghan and Harry had Flamingo Estate products, which was true. Here's Harry in an interview with almost nothing on display in the background, and what's right here are Flamingo Estate books. So I looked into these books. I noticed that one of them is by Alice Waters, who Meghan just got to guest star on her show with Love Meghan. But that wasn't all. Want to see something really coincidental? Flamingo Estate has personalized candles. Basically, they'll just write a message for you on the label. It's not cursive. I have learned that from you guys in the comment section. But look at this. With love from the garden. And then I saw this. They have a food box that has eggs in it. And the egg carton says, "Shall we dance?" I don't know. Let us remain calm and I'll consider it. I don't know, but it does make me wonder if the story is true about Meghan wanting to kind of lift the concept of Flamingo Estate and just repackage it. Like, if Flamingo Estate can do it and make this cult following, then she can too, just through imitation. So now that we've immersed ourselves in the tranquil waters of the estate and taken a look at what Meghan may have wanted to become, let's go back to present time with As Ever so I can show you the ever-growing problem that she has with these products. So here's her webpage for As Ever if you haven't seen it, and I have a note right away. That's probably not a surprise. The first thing I see says, "Save your seat at the table." This needs to be changed. This is not inclusive and welcoming to your potential customers. And that's because Meghan has a history of talking about seats at tables. And it's never said in a positive way, it's always exclusionary. I'll use this one quote that she has said. "Women need a seat at the table. They need an invitation to be seated there. And in some cases, they need to create their own table." I don't like this. This is women disempowerment disguised as women empowerment. What I hear is Meghan's insecurity about not feeling like she belongs at the table and then making that a woman quality. Like, don't bring us into it. If you have something to bring to the table, you will never need an invitation to sit there. People will fall over themselves to make room for you. So if anyone ever tells you that you need an invitation to be at the table solely based on your gender, leave that table. That table is not worthy of what you'll bring to it, and there are plenty of tables in the world. But this, as the first thing that I'm seeing on her site, it's gatekeeping seats at her table. Like, she's just taking the feeling that she hasn't liked of people not wanting her at the table, and then she's like, "I'm gonna make you earn a right to be at my table." Don't make people try to earn a spot. So let's take a good look at this product line. We've got jam, honey, flour sprinkles, tea, crepes, and cookies. And they all have one major problem that they share in common that I'm going to hit. But first, let's go through the unique issues that they have. So the jam. The way they're presenting this makes it feel like this is going to be the crown jewel. And I'll tell you, the first thing I'm thinking is, why is this not organic? I would expect organic products after seeing her show, and especially if she wants this like upper echelon lifestyle brand. This jam jar is also really small, like unusually small. It doesn't say limited edition because it won't be, that's a clue for later. But the defining thing about this jam is it's in keepsake packaging, which I have a feeling means it's just gonna cost more money. What's keepsake about this? Are there gonna be different versions coming out? Are there gonna be more interesting versions coming out? Will there be seasonal ones? Do I need to collect them all? And if this is a keepsake, what do I do with it? Because there's a picture of the inside of it online and it has this really odd shaped insert that's probably glued into it. And that makes this really hard to repurpose. But let's go look at the honey. It says it's limited edition, so when the product description comes out, it better say, what makes this limited edition? How many jars are in production with this batch? Where is it sourced? People care about that. And then we have these flour sprinkles, and I'm gonna come back to this one, but the biggest problem that I see coming is that no one needs this for the price it's going to be. But let's head to the tea. That's once again not organic. The issue with the tea here is that these are basic. There is a ton of competition for these teas already in the current marketplace. She actually needs a Flamingo Estate version of these. Like, where is the toasted corn and bourbon vanilla husk tea? You know, something wild. Like, I'm not even sure I want to drink that. But I have to see what that means. Not lemon ginger. And then her last two products here, the crepes and the cookies. Should I say French style? Both of these products have the same issues. The first issue is that these are both way too easy to make from scratch. The base recipe for crepes is just 5 ingredients: flour, eggs, salt, milk, and butter. So if you made a box crepe mix, it could possibly be just flour and salt, maybe with a little powdered milk, but you're gonna have to bring your own eggs and your butter, and you should bring your own milk. And the same thing goes for these shortbread cookies. 4 base ingredients. butter, sugar, vanilla extract, and flour. And if you have to bring your own butter and vanilla extract, because who wants fake vanilla flavoring, this box could just be sugar and flour. And that's not the worst thing, because people like box mixes even when the recipe is easy. And that's the second problem here. Meghan could move a lot of these mixes if she had sold the experience of the crepes and the cookies in With Love Meghan. It was episode 8. She makes both of these products, by the way. And the shortbread cookies would have been such an easy moment. It's like shortbread, Scotland, UK, my husband, memories, childhood, something. Is there any connection we can make with you? And here's what she says in that episode. How about we make some lovely floral cookies, because I like beautiful flowers on things. And then with the crepes, what she said in the episode was, if you were going to do Sunday breakfast at the house, yes, you could make pancakes for your family and the kids, but you could also make crepes. Why does a crepe feel more special than a pancake? I don't know, but it does. And that's it. So on a product that's already way too easy to make at home, that you probably could make from scratch faster than you could go to the grocery store and get the box set, and definitely way faster than you could order it from As Ever and wait for it to be shipped to your house, she would really need to make an emotional connection. But here's the problem that I think that all of these products are going to have in common. If we take a trip over to Whole Foods in Santa Barbara, and I know that someone shopped there because the popcorn bag on set is $3.65, which is Whole Foods' brand. We can pick up organic fruit spread in a size that's almost double Meghan's jar size for $4.49. And then we can grab some organic lemon ginger tea in a box that has more tea sachets included than hers for $4.59. And then we can go over to Amazon and we can get comparable honey for $11.36 in a size that's almost 3 times larger than hers, and then grab some flour sprinkles for $8.99. And I want to point out, these flour sprinkles are $8.99 for 0.35 ounces. If I zoom into Meghan's jar, it says 0.1 something. So let's say it's 0.15. That would mean those flour sprinkles that she's going to sell are about $3.85. And I actually chose the most expensive flour sprinkles on Amazon per ounce, which leads us to the gigantic problem that Meghan has with this line. Flamingo Estate may be a wild product line, but their website really gives the impression of this lifestyle brand that's tied to a mission of being this collective of people on the land committed to high quality, interesting products. When I saw the tomato candle, I thought, do I want my house to smell like a tomato? I don't know, but I want to smell that candle and see what it smells like. Compare that to As Ever. The products on As Ever look white label to me. And if you don't know what white label is, it's when a company takes a product that's already produced in a manufacturing plant and they just put their own label on it. Costco's Kirkland brand, it's a good example, which Costco white labels their Kirkland brand to save you money. I don't think Meghan is going to white label to charge you less. When you go over to Meghan's mission statement, it says, As Ever is more than a brand, it's a love language. Created by Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, etc., etc. As Ever feels like you'll buy this because I'm the Duchess of Sussex. This product line is on the foundation of I am Meghan of the royal family. That is the claim to fame here. That is the connection with you. You'll want this because you'll want a little taste of royalty. This is for another video, but the name Sussex is really important right now because this brand and her future is not sitting on much else. And as a final note, who is the consumer for As Ever? I'll start with who's not the consumer. People who don't like her, people who can't afford it, people who want organic, people who care about the story behind the brand, kind of like Flamingo Estate. And that leaves us with only 2 major groups of consumers. The first one is people who like her and can afford it. That and is really important because you can't like her and not be able to afford it, and you can't be able to afford it and not like her. And that makes that group much smaller. And then the second group is the people who think there's going to be a secondary market benefit for this, basically your eBayers. That group is big at first, but they get smaller fast when they see how sought after items are or are not. So the bottom line, if this brand isn't priced at very reasonable prices, and I mean very, or if this does not get a major rehaul, like sadly Flamingo Estate style, which is funny because I think that's what she thought she was trying to be. If these things don't happen, this brand is flatlining already. But these are my opinions. What do you guys think? Add your thoughts in the comment section below. Please keep hitting that like and subscribe. Thank you again so much for that. Have a wonderful day or night, and I will see you next time. Bye!